This video is about the Water Street Freight Terminal from Walthers Cornerstone series. I made this model for a T-track module that I was going to show at a train show. And it's been a really long time since I've made a plastic model kit. I'm kind of used to the instructions from the old airplanes being really detailed. This kit kind of lacked a lot of detail. You kind of had to figure out what was going on from the one or two pictures that are on it. Even with that, if you take your time and study the pictures, cut out only what you need, you can figure out what's going on, and you can have a pretty decent model at the end. I started out by cutting out all my walls and roof and base and taking the file and filing all the edges down so that everything came together when it's glued up and it didn't leave that many gaps. While I was gluing up the walls, I figured that I could use a rubber band to hold all the walls together and let the glue dry like that. And it came out pretty nice. I didn't have to hold this particular building while it was drying. I could start on the next one. And luckily I found enough rubber bands to do the second building of the kit, and it worked out great. The roof of this building is pretty difficult to glue up, so I decided to work on the raised sidewalk for the freight house that goes near the rails. When you do this, you should probably take the tabs off the building so that you can remove the building while the sidewalk is drying up. Other than that, you're going to get stuck with your four walls underneath the raised sidewalk. And that goes on both buildings. Both buildings have this weird sidewalk with tabs that come off the wall of the building. And I cut them off. They were just in my way. After the glue dried on the second building, I did its raised sidewalk, and I used super glue on this one. I thought the tester's glue was taking too long to dry, and I had to finish this model pretty quick for the show on the weekend. For the roof on the second building, I just glued it down. The rubber bands didn't really help because the eave hangs over, and it kind of pulled up the center of the roof. So I just held it down while the glue was drying enough so that it stayed on its own. And here is the finished model. I didn't add any of the details because I wanted to just get the four walls up and put it on my module for the train show. I want to come back and paint the building and paint the individual details so that it looks more or less like a really finished model. Overall, it's a nice kit. I think it'll look nice with all the details on it, painted up. I'll make another video of me doing the finishing details next. Here's what the model ended up looking like on the module. I think it set the scene pretty well, and this kit is going to end up pretty nice.